Hello and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Mary and welcome to another Craft Day Monday, where every Monday I try and post a new video. In today's video, I am going to be making a mini iced coffee keychain. This is going to a very special person. She loves her iced coffee, and I figured why not make her a little tiny keychain, something that she can have with her always. So what you're going to need for this project, I am going to be starting off with a couple different browns, shades of brown. I am going to be using nutmeg brown, candy bar brown. I also going to be using a tad bit of white. So yeah, we're going to need that. I am going to be using this little cup. It's the communion cup, the one you use when you take the Lord's Supper. I am going to be using a Cotter ring and a keychain, or key ring, and this is what we're going to be using. And you can get these little ornaments that look like this. They're little clear ornaments. They're super small, and you can get these on you can order them online, or you can get them at any craft store. I am also going to be using E6000, and I'm going to be using, this is called Dab. It's Caulk, and you can use it. It's used for like sealing windows and stuff, but I use it for icing and frosting and whipped cream and whatever else I want. And then we have our 2-part resin. We have A and B, and we're going to mix these two together, and yeah. So I am going to go ahead and turn my camera down so we can just get into the video. So the first thing I did was I went ahead and took my paint and I painted the inside of my cup. And all I did for that was I took a paintbrush. Let me grab. I took my paintbrush. I took my paint. And I'm just going to grab these colors that I'm going to be working with. And all I did was took it and I just painted the inside of the cup. And you can paint as much or as little as you want. You can swirl it really any type of way you want to. You just want to put something down in the cup to give it that swirl. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of put this in. And I got a paper towel here that I can use to dry off. And then we're going to go in with our white. And this is optional, but this is just what I do. And I'm just going to go ahead and just put a little bit of white in. It just makes everything pop a little more. And this is what you're going to get. And then you want that to dry. And since we just did this one, we'll be working with this one because it's already dry. And I'm going to go ahead and get all of this out of the way. So this is what we have. Now I am going to grab my resin and I'm going to grab a popsicle stick. And I'm just going to go ahead and mix these two together. Because you want to mix part A with part B, and you want to have equal amount of both, because if you have one more than the other, it's not going to mix properly. And then we're just going to go ahead and mix this. And we're just going to mix this until it's well combined. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to take my brown and I'm just going to put a little bit of brown in there. And I'm just going to go ahead and stir it. And now I'm going to add a little bit of white just to lighten it up a bit. And I don't have that much white in here. So there we go. And now I'm just going to stir that just to give it just to whiten it up a bit. And this is what it's looking like. I'm going to set that there. And I'm going to take my cup, and I'm just going to go ahead and pour this down off in there, right to the top. So this is what it's looking like, if you can see that. And I'm just going to put a little more, just like that, and then we're going to let that set. And once we get it set, I'm going to move that to the side. Once we get it set, this is what it's going to look like, and this is already hard. I'll hold this up and hold it here. This is what it looks like. And I went ahead and put my whipped cream on top. So now, and what I did was I took my dab, and you're just going to squeeze some of the icing on top, or the dab on top, which, like I said, is going to represent your whipped cream that goes on top of your iced coffee. That's the way I make mine. I use whipped cream. So that's what we have. I'm just going to wipe this little bit off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this leftover, and I'm just going to drizzle some right across the top. This is going to be the chocolate that's on top of. And if you don't want to use this, you can use basically, you know, anything you want. And this is going, now I'm just going to go around the top just like that. Set this to the side. So once you have that, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to take my lid, and I took my glue gun. So what you're going to do is with your, you're going to cut the ring off, and you can use your scissors to cut it off. And once you cut that off, you're going to very carefully take your hot glue gun, and you're going to make a hole right in the middle, just like that. And once you do that, I'm going to take my E6000, and you can just use resin for this part. You don't have to use the E6000, but I'm going to take my E6000, and I'm just going to go around the edge of the cap. Once I get it started, so once you get it started, you want to take your E6000 and you want to put it around, and then you're just going to stick this right down on top, and the resin that's in the lid would also help this stick a little better. And I'm just going to clean up the ends a bit and let that dry. And once you do that, this is what you get. This is what it looks like. And then you're going to take your key ring, and the little hole that you made with your glue gun, you're going to stick that right down off in there. And you're going to allow that to dry. And this is what you're going to end up with. And this will go down in a little farther. But I'm going to pull this out, and I'm going to set that to the side. I'm going to wipe this off. And this is the one that we had here. This is what it's looking like. And I'm going to go ahead and just use this lid. I'm going to turn this here. And I'm just going to go ahead and put my whipped cream right on top. Even though it hasn't had time to set yet, that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this right down on the middle. So I went ahead and I added some more whipped cream to the top. And it's probably hard to see, but here it is right here. Let me try to turn this light down a bit. And there is the whipped cream. And I'm going to go ahead and turn my light back on. And now we're just going to smooth this out a bit. And I may even add a little more on top. So I'm just going to add a little more. And we're just going to go ahead and smooth it. Just like this. So I'm going in with my stick. This is what we got so far. I'm going to go in with the stick and try to just blend everything. I want to add a little more of on top. And then I am going to go ahead and I'm going to move this around a bit, a little more. And that's what we have so far. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this chestnut brown. And I'm just going to go ahead and just put a little right across the top to look like caramel. Just like this. Going to wipe this off. Let's move this out the way. And I'm going to take my lid and we're just going to put this right down back on top. And it's going to come off from the sides, but that's okay. And I'm just going to take my paper towel and we're just going to wipe this a bit. So there we have that with our whipped cream. And in that opening that I made, I am going to go ahead and stick this down up in there again. And now I'm going to take my straw and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this off a minute. I'm going to take my straw, my hot glue gun, and I'm just going to go ahead and very lightly put a little hole right in the middle. And this is where I am going to stick the straw. And you can do this before you, there we go. We have our little placement for our straw. Gonna go ahead. I'm gonna open that and make this a bit wider. There we go. I'm gonna stick the straw right down off in the middle. So now we have our straw down in there. This is what we have. I'm going to go ahead and wipe this up a bit. So I just cleaned up my area a bit and I went ahead and stuck my straw in. And now I'm just going to go ahead and grab some scissors. And we're just going to cut this down a bit. Maybe here. So I cut the straw down a bit. So there's the straw. And now once again, I am going to take my ring and stick that right down in here so everything can dry together. And once it dries, this is what you're going to end up with. This is what you're going to get. Your little iced coffee keychain. And it takes about 24 to 48 hours for everything to completely set and dry. But this is it. Here we go again. I am going to go ahead and turn my camera up. So yeah, here it is again. Here is the little keychain, iced coffee keychain that we made. If you like this video, please give me a like and a thumbs up. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love for you to become part of my YouTube family. And with that being said, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch one of my videos. That really means a lot. And yeah, I hope you all have a nice day. Bye.